This is Redneckerson coming to you on the big budget deficit we got, the big $6 trillion debt. It's actually pretty simple why it's not getting paid off, why we're going the wrong direction. First, look at how we spend our money. Kind of three big categories. There's the entitlements. That's stuff like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Then there's defense spending. And then there's the discretionary spending. I'm not sure why military is not discretionary spending, but apparently it's not. Well, the stuff like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, which we've called the entitlement programs, they take up about 40% of the budget, half the budget, I think, 50% of the budget. So there's half of the money. Discretionary spending, I think, is 19%. Military is 21%. Then you have 6% debt, and then whatever the difference is to make up the 100%. Well, we can't afford all this money we spend. We borrow about 40 cents on the dollar to fund all three of these. So why don't we just reduce them? Well, see, the number one job in Congress is to get reelected. How do you get reelected? You take care of the people that brought you to the party. For Republicans, that's military contractors. They get projects for defense contracts in their state. Most defense contractors will open an office in your state if you can bring them some money, and they'll get some jobs in that state for you. So you can pat yourself on the back and say how great you did for your state. If you're one of the Democrats, first you carry most of the Hispanics, the black, some poor people, hardworking people. They don't want you to touch their entitlement programs. Saying that you got to work another year before you got Social Security, that might be enough that Obama and his team, or the next Democrat, probably Hillary Clinton, won't get elected. Obama could do it better than Hillary could because he's on his second term. Then the discretionary spending is mostly the education, infrastructure, a lot of the big government programs like EPA to take care of us and stuff. There's a lot of philosophical differences there. Everybody agrees that education, but if you're Republican, you'd rather cut that than defense spending. Besides, you can always say we can make up for it in our home state, which some states can, some states can't. We're 24th in math now, in math testing, so nobody's doing a real good job anywhere. There's no state that's just kind of shining out there. So, and our infrastructure's falling down around us. So, that whole discretionary spending, in my humble opinion, is not getting enough bucks. Military, on the other hand, in my opinion, is getting way too many bucks. $1 trillion a year compared to China, the second biggest spender, at $100 billion, 10 times as much. That doesn't count wars or homeland security. So, what is the incentive for Democrats or Republicans to cut spending in their area? Like zero. They want to get reelected. That's their only job. How do we change that? We come up with term limits. We make their job to do our job. we come up with that 28th Amendment that says Congress can't pass any laws that only applies to them, like they get their own health care, their own private retirement, their kids don't have to pay back student loans. They get all special treatment, like their loyalty, like their royalty. So, I think we only have ourselves to blame. Egypt overthrew their government. Syria's organizing a revolution. We got Facebook. You know, if 20 people that are my friends just sign a petition for either one of those amendments, pass it on to their 20 of their buddies, we only have to do that iteration 7 times and we've got 1 billion votes. We've got the tools to change the world. But I reckon we're just too apathetic. I bet if I put a petition on about he won the Super Bowl, gave people a multiple choice, I bet I'd get at least 20 of my friends doing that. In fact, I might even do that as a test. Anyway, pretty sad state of affairs. Nobody really cares enough about the deficit, the big debt we have, and what it's going to do to our kids. We're apathetic as hell, and we're the ones that are responsible for the debt. It's Redneckerson, kind of pissed off at apathy in general.
Hello, come in, so glad you found us. There is so much we have to discuss. I see that you have nice credentials, but all of that's inconsequential. At Evil Inc. you must be ruthless. I'll need to know if you can do this. Your first assignment is to fire some trusted colleague you admire. It's not about how we regard you. You're lucky we don't just discard you. And I don't care about your future. I'll run your life into